The mental health risks of social media have been discussed and, at some points, debated for years. But there's a new category of study for researchers: short-form video. Things like TikTok, Instagram Reels can pose their own specific threats to brain function.
Life lately is the same for the majority of people. You open your phone for one video, 30 minutes later, and you're in the same position. Not because you're lazy and not because your attention span is broken, but because modern short-form platforms are engineered around one objective: keeping your brain in a constant state of anticipation. And according to emerging neuroscience, that constant stimulation may be quietly changing how your attention, memory, and reward systems operate. There's a reason short-form content feels impossible to stop watching. Your brain is built to prioritize novelty. Every swipe is a gamble delivering a completely new emotional environment. A joke, a conspiracy, a recipe, a breakup, a dopamine spike, then another. Your nervous system never settles long enough to fully process any of it. Researchers studying short video platforms found that heavy short-form consumption is associated with measurable changes in attention control, executive function, and functional brain connectivity. One 2024 EEG study found that people with higher short video usage showed weaker attention function and reduced executive control performance during cognitive tasks. Focus is not passive. Focus is a metabolic process. Your prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and sustained attention, has to actively suppress distractions to keep you locked onto one task. Short-form platforms attack that system directly. Every few seconds, your brain is forced into rapid context switching between a new face, a new topic, new emotional tone, new reward prediction again and again. Over time, the brain adapts to that environment. That's neuroplasticity. And recent research suggests fragmented short video exposure may alter how memories are encoded and retrieved. A 2026 study published in NPJ Science of Learning found that people exposed to fragmented short videos showed different neural connectivity patterns during memory retrieval compared to continuous long-form viewing. In simple terms, the brain starts optimizing for fragments instead of continuity, which explains something millions of people now experience daily. You can scroll for 2 hours, but struggle to read 10 pages of a book. Not because your intelligence declined, but because your reward system recalibrated. Short-form feeds operate on what neuroscientists call variable reward reinforcement. Same mechanism used in slot machines. Your brain never knows when the next highly rewarding clip is coming. So dopamine activity stays elevated in anticipation, not satisfaction. And platforms have become extraordinarily good at manufacturing endless pursuit loops. Researchers now describe short-form feeds as especially immersive due to rapid novelty delivery and algorithmic personalization. The algorithm studies how long you pause, what you replay, what triggers emotion, and what keeps you searching. Then it rebuilds your feed around behavioral prediction. Not on your goals, but on your impulses, which creates a subtle cognitive side effect. Silence becomes uncomfortable, long-form content feels slow, and deep work feels emotionally resistant. Some researchers believe this may also impair perspective memory, your ability to hold intentions in mind while resisting distractions. One experimental study found that TikTok-style short-form feeds significantly reduced users' ability to remember planned actions compared to other digital activities. That sounds abstract until you realize what perspective memory actually controls. Why you walk into rooms and forget why. Why you open apps automatically. Why you struggle to hold a thought without checking your phone halfway through it. Your brain is being trained toward interruption. And interruption changes cognition. However, this is adaptation, not permanent damage. The same neuroplasticity that reinforces distraction can also rebuild sustained attention. Studies on attention recovery consistently show the brain responds to repeated deep focus behavior the same way it responds to repeated distraction. That's why people who reduce high-frequency short-form exposure often report something strange after a few days. Time feels slower, movies feel longer, and thoughts feel clearer. Because the constant prediction-reward loop finally stopped flooding the system. And underneath all the stimulation, the brain started returning to its default state: sustained attention. The thing short-form content was quietly training it to abandon. If you learned something new today, like and subscribe and let us know in the comments, are you in control of what your brain is becoming? or is your feed? Thank you so much for watching, and if you're not done, we're gonna leave you these two right here. Till next time, keep turning the page to better health.